I feel like it's been a good 3 to 4 years where we've been seeing this still image of Cuckoo, thinking, oh, maybe it's gonna come out this year. And then it kept on getting delayed and delayed and delayed. But now finally, we get to see the film behind this image. And well, it's okay, I guess. I mean, I didn't have a lot of issues with this film. There was a lot that I enjoyed about it. I thought that some of the scares were good. I really appreciated the suspense and tension in this film, specifically in the third act. I was on the edge of my seat for that final half hour, and that's when this film really got going and, in my opinion, really worked. However, my biggest, most glaring issue with this film is the pacing. This is an hour and 40-minute film that felt like it was well over 2 hours. That's kind of unfortunate to me. And what's also unfortunate is the fact that this film takes place in what I think is the German Alps, a very beautiful location, and yet that location felt so underutilized here. We spend the majority of this film indoors and stuck on these indoor sets that are fine, but never do I feel like it really utilized this nature undertone of a theme that it's going for. We get maybe a couple of scary scenes outside, but that's it. And that really disappointed me. I wish it really leaned more into the natural elements that the film took place in. It just didn't have the best screenplay, specifically in terms of exposition. There's not a lot of exposition in this film until the final act, alongside the incredible suspense and tension. But sadly, with that came just a boatload of exposition dumping. It kind of got to the point where it was almost unbearable because you were learning one thing after another and it was changing the way that you viewed the rest of the film. And it was at that point that a few people got up and left my theater. And I was like, oh my God, like that's just crazy. I've never really been in a movie before where people have just gotten up and left so close to the end. But for Cuckoo, they did. But with that being said, the performances were really solid. Hunter Schafer gives a great performance. Dan Stevens gives a very just over-the-top type of performance. It would be a great double feature with Abigail to get the full Dan Stevens experience. He's great. Honestly, I really liked him in both of those films. And also, I've never really given a movie this compliment before, but the blocking in this film is really well done. Specifically at the end of this film, in the final scene, there's just one moment where some characters are all moving, but moving in a really unique way that definitely took hours to block properly. And what unfolded was really just well done, and by far the peak of this film was that final scene, and a lot of that is thanks to this really impressive blocking, which I've never complimented a film for, but I felt like I had to for Cuckoo because that just really stood out to me. And with that being said, despite some cool, good moments, despite a really great location and some solid performances, to me, Cuckoo is only a 3-star horror film, which really disappointed me. I did expect more from this film. It's not bad or anything like that, but it's just okay. And to me, that's a bummer. With that all being said, what about all of you who got to see this film? Do you agree with my takes? Do you disagree with me? Please feel free to let me know in the comments down below. I would love to start a discussion about this film. I'll see you all in the next movie review. Take care.